Whoop, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right, Recreation Commission. Perfect. Do I have a motion to begin tonight's meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. I'm gonna pass around minutes. I believe everyone was in attendance at last month's meeting, so everyone who is here should be able to go ahead and approve the minutes. Well, I think you need a motion. Yep.
To approve the minutes, please.
Do I have a second?
Second. Aye.
Alrighty. Was that all right? Perfect. This is just before we hop into it, I actually want to make a quick thank you to Val, who is no longer on the rec commission. Val had spent over a decade on this commission, and her term expired over the summer. So I want to thank Val publicly for her time and service to this commission and to this department, and wish her nothing but the best in her future endeavors.
Thank you, Val.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank
Val.
you, thank you.
Thank you, Val. All right. Perfect. Perfect. A quick thing from our bingo crew. They're asking for help in finding any sort of donations, gift cards, something like that they can give out at bingo sessions. We just had our most recent one today, actually, that went by. I think Jody was going to speak on it briefly, but it sounds like it was well attended, mid-20s, and they all had a blast. But I know Barbara, who's helping lead that, was saying that she is kind of coming to a end of her collection that we've gathered for her to award. So if we can find things, if we know connections where we might be able to help kind of reimburse that collection there, then that would be appreciated by her.
Do you have a list of where she's been? Like, I don't want to ask someone who
Sure.
she's already asked.
I can get that list. I don't have it currently
Okay.
with me, but
Here she comes.
no worries. I know, like, we just got some UNH hockey tickets. They were kind enough to donate, I think, 4 tickets. I know I have to swing by Lindy's sometime, but I know Lisa was going to give us some gift cards.
Good
There's a couple
polls.
other, I can't remember. I think I told her Goody Coles. I just don't know if she
If
went
she
to that.
has, then I can call Holly.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me definitely follow up on that one. But
Sure.
if you guys
Follow up.
have connections, let me know.
Heavenly.
Heavenly.
Yeah, I told Heavenly.
Yep.
I gave her that one. I also said Aroma Joe's and Epping because I know they've helped us out in the past. So I did give her a bunch here in Brentwood and also close. Yep. So, yep.
Yep.
So that's just, if you guys know people, always feel free to toss my way. I always look for people with
Just let me know
connections.
about, let me know about Brew. I
Yes,
can
with the
call
police,
her.
I believe.
Cool.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. That's just a quick thing on bingo there. Nothing crazy.
Good.
All right. EJBSL was scheduled 2 months ago to come back and bring their proposal for athletic lights. I touched base with Aaron. He said they weren't ready, so we're going to postpone that conversation, and they will get back in touch with me once they have everything ready on their side.
Did we ever, because I know we had mentioned looking into it about getting into Cal Ripken ourselves, especially with them being able to do the lights grant, all that type of stuff. If
Yes.
we're going to do that, I'd love to do it ourselves.
I can't remember off the top of my head because I looked into it like the week after we had that conversation with them. Cal Ripken, there's something very specific about being eligible for it, and I don't believe it was something that we were eligible for. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been 2 months.
I feel like we talked about that and we weren't.
Yes, I mean, there was something that was it was super hyper specific about needing or qualifying for it,
Okay.
and I if I remember, I'm 90% confident that we weren't eligible because of it.
Okay.
But once again, Aaron said he'll be in touch with us once he's ready with everything that they have. I think they're going to do a couple site walks too at our facility just to kind of look over options and such.
Gotcha.
All right, winter pickleball. I'm gonna try to make this one quick. We now are basically underway with basketball season. I wanted to touch base with everyone because I know we've had some people in town bugging me about winter pickleball. We had talked about tabling it until after basketball was situated so we can kind of figure out what space, what time we have available. The only day that I have available based on gym space currently is Fridays. Not the most desired day to be playing sports on, but it's the one day I have. So
From what we got.
that's kind of where I'm at next. Is if we're fine, I'm going to move forward, offer that space to our volunteers.
Yeah.
If they want it, I'll be more than happy to give them that one day. I think it's like 5:30 to 8:30, so it's 3 hours of gym space. The one thing I guess I'm looking for the commission on this is, I know there's been indoor crew for the last couple of years who Andy had been working with. We're now at the point, I believe, where we should just open up registration, and it's the first X amount of people that sign up. It should be equitable to anybody in town. It shouldn't be just a specific crew. So if anybody, I kind of wanted just to make sure we're all on the same page on that one. That's kind of how I want to move forward, is making sure anybody who plays pickleball has a chance to play,
Yes.
up to whatever limit we put. But I just kind of was looking for the support, so that way if I get a little bit of backlash, I have your support.
My question is there any open gym time for skills practice?
Your mic, sorry.
Is there any open gym time for skills practice for the rec basketball teams?
So for like an open gym night, you mean?
Yeah, like we
I
did
know-
last year, Mondays at X time, where I had myself and Aaron Savage had players for our teams come in. It was optional. We're not installing new offense or plays or anything like that, but we're working on skills to give these kids a second time.
I believe I think I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 7:30 to 8:30. Those are only 3 slots I have left outside of that Friday.
Okay.
I figure the pickleball people, they're going to want more than an hour, which is why I just said Friday is going to be the easiest to give them. I do have a couple slots, but they're later at night, so it depends on the age group you want to do it, but there's possibilities for it.
That's your music to my ears.
All right.
Optional is cool. I do like it. These folks are playing pickleball on a Friday. I mean, something I would want to do. I don't see that as a down. If you offer them a Friday down slot,
Okay.
I don't see that as a negative.
Okay.
They've got an open gym. I don't know if they have to pay for it or not.
No, we don't have to pay. I believe we don't have to pay for it because it's on a school night. I think what we'd pay for is the Saturdays.
So,
So
hey, they got a free slot Friday night.
Friday night. And we're fair. We're cool with how I want to do it. Just first come, first serve. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like
Yes.
12 people or something like
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
They can rotate people into.
Yeah, well, that's what they
Sure.
have to do. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
only one court available.
Yeah, so I mean,
So,
you have, you have 4 people playing at a time, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
that gives 3 games, in
Yep.
3 hours.
Yeah.
The games don't take that long.
They're usually like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
20 minutes, I would
3
say,
games per a team.
I would say do up to 16 people, because then you can rotate them.
It's a lot of waiting for.
Yeah,
Only
but I
4
got
players.
3 hours. You're gonna really have, otherwise you're gonna have people, if it's 20 minutes per game, that's 3 games in an hour. 6.
Well, that's
You're
why-
gonna
and
do-
that's
They
why I
can
was
play
thinking-
off against each other.
Oh, I see.
Is there
Yeah.
enough room to get 2 nets in there?
In the gym?
Yeah.
No.
No.
There's barely enough space in there for one
Okay.
one court.
But I
as
think you
is.
could also say, you 2 play each other,
Right.
you 2 teams play each other, then the 2
Yeah.
winning teams play each other, 2 losing teams play each other.
Yep.
And there you go.
Yeah.
I
Big
can
games.
I can work that out with our volunteers there. Once I just want to make sure that we're kind of on the same page. But I know they've been playing there for the last 5 or something years, so they'll kind of have a good idea.
Yeah, because if you have 2 and 2 on either side, there's 4. So if I get 16 people, I literally have,
Yeah.
2 people get breaks, they're waiting 20 minutes, then another
I don't think
2
you're gonna
people
get,
play.
even if it's 20 minutes, you're not gonna get 3 games in an hour.
Yeah, but if I got 3 hours to eat
Yeah.
up,
No.
I have 4 teams, they can kind of jockey.
Side to side.
No,
Not to my knowledge.
no.
I'm pretty sure they play the length.
And that would be something fun to watch too, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can
Okay.
also say, and then we have, sit, watch this chaos.
All right.
Don't get hit by the little ball.
All right, perfect. So that's all I have for winter pickleball. All right. So I'm just trying to think. All right, let's dive into this. Our roadmap here. I know I've had some conversations with some of the commissioners here. I'm gonna call it out, Laura. I know you kind of mentioned like let's hold off a little bit until we have the new director in place. At first, I was on board with that, but I'm gonna push back just a little bit because I was thinking about it a little bit more. I think what we should still have an effective plan that this commission and the department wants to move forward, and when we bring in somebody, they're able to kind of pick up on and move forward with it. I think we shouldn't look past 2026 though. I think we look at just what next year looks like, so that when we have a new director, then we know like, all right, they've had a year now where they've seen our interests, our project that we want to get going, and then they can now bring in their spin moving forward into 2027, 2028 in the future. So I think to compromise, I think if I would like to prioritize just 2026
Right.
for this.
What I said was don't spend a lot of time on it, because I think
Yeah.
someone new is gonna come in with ideas.
Right.
Sure.
I know if I came into a new job, if I have experience, I'm gonna have ideas
Sure.
of what I wanna do.
Mhm.
So we already have a basic map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't spend a lot of time of really trying to refine it,
Yep.
other than just our next 6 months or.
Yeah, my goal is to look at 2026. What are the big projects that we really want to get accomplished? I know, Bob, you guys have been working on trying to hire a new director, so
Pretty
that's
close.
in the process. But I just want to make sure that we're still moving forward as we're getting ready. One, and we'll talk about it here briefly, is the irrigation of the lower fields. That's something that's going to pop up,
Spring.
yeah, soon. So that's why I want to start kind of having these conversations now as we're kind of getting towards the end of the year. I spoke with Jim earlier because he wasn't going to be able to be here tonight. He and I were on a very similar page. What I think we decided that, or what him and I agreed upon, which I would like to see your guys' thoughts on, is I would like to have 2026 be a low cost, high impact year. Finding a bunch of high impact projects that we can do at a low cost. So whether it's high visibility, something that people will say, oh, look at the difference, I can tell there's something that changed here. Those are the kind of projects that I want to work on. So what Jim and I kind of want to task the commission with is a little bit of homework, saying, we're going to come back in December and really kind of look at what all of us think. I can give you my 3, but I'd like to hear us as a commission kind of where our goals are, because I know each of us are going to have our own, not biases, but our own looks at the department where we need to focus. And I don't want it to be just myself and what I think. I want to hear what the commission as a whole thinks. So the 3 that I really would like to see is the irrigation, because we're losing money on those fields and we need to get that fixed. That's obviously breaking the system, that's a high cost, but regardless, that's one of the projects I'd like to see. I would like to see some small landscaping projects around the facility, gardens, signage, the small visible things that we can do to really liven up the facility, fix up the bleachers, put siding on the building, the small things that we can do to boom. That's 2. Number 3, I like to put some time and attention into the basement at the rec center.
Here, here.
I would like to turn that into a program room. I'd like to have that be a nice place where people can go relax during the week. We can do youth nights every once in a while. I would like that to be more than just a downstairs basement at the rec center. To which extent, I don't have that ready yet, but that's why I figured if we come to the table in December, I can have more information on my goals, and we can also look at everybody else's goals in that one. That's kind of where I'm at. Once again, as Laura said, I don't want to go too far into all of this. I think we can keep it somewhat simplistic currently. But I guess would like to hear from you guys if you guys have ideas currently, or if you need the time, whatever it be, or if you have reactions to my ideas. I would just kind of like to hear what you guys think.
I think a really important thing that we need to be working on is fundraising.
Sure.
We have not, I mean, I know we have a brochure, but we haven't done anything about getting sponsors.
Sure.
We're not getting donors. We're just, there's so much that needs to be done, and unless we're raising money, and the concession stand is, Andy said it was a gold mine, but we're not making the money, and so we're losing whatever games are coming, and we're not selling what we could potentially sell.
Sure.
So to me, that should be like a really high priority for us to get that going.
Mm-hmm. I think fundraising, regardless of any of the projects, I think is something that we need to focus on as a department. So I'm with you in terms of that. I think that's something that whatever project we choose, we should find fundings for those and stuff like that, and even for just our programs in general. So I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
The concession stand, this is my initial kickback about that one. I would love to renovate that concession stand, but there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just as simple as we're tossing all this stuff into it, we're making it look nice. Then we got to worry about staffing, how are we going to run it, operate it.
Well, when you guys have events and stuff over there, especially when you're having games.
Sure.
I know when my son played soccer, I'd go up to Rochester and all the parents brought their crock pots.
Sure.
And then they sold stuff.
Sure.
And then that money got turned back over to the programs. I would also look at, like you're talking about landscaping. Why aren't you reaching out to Lowe's? Why aren't you reaching out to Wellington Gardens?
Sure. Well, that's
Seeing if
the
they can
process.
donate, and then the Brentwood Gardeners Club.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
And I know for a fact that I can go into, I can go over to some of the retirement communities. They love to garden.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that's why
let
I
them
think.
garden. Here's a space. can you guys make this really cool flower bed?
Well,
So
I
before,
think-
yeah, before you came on, when I first came on, we met, I was on the site walk with the budget committee, and there were several people in town who were excited about doing construction for us. And so at the time, Andy wanted to have the office in the basement of the building. And so we had a donor of 12 lobsters, and we had a raffle ready to go, but then the time went by and Andy was leaving, so it's still available, like, it's just, it's not, I still have the raffle tickets, we still have the donor,
Mhm.
it's just, we're not gonna do it right now.
Pause.
But there's a pause, so, and I had talked to Lowe's, I know how to get the money from them.
I think it's just determining what the projects are going to be, and then after that, it's finding, all right, how are we going to fund this?
And we had local people who wanted to do the work.
Yeah.
So,
We just need to know what projects we want to get done first.
I mean, even Tractor Supply, they sell
Sure.
shrubs and stuff. You guys can
Exactly.
go over there and go,
Yep.
guys donate to our rec, and then give me a little sign, and I'll put a sign there that says from Tractor Supply.
Yep.
and so my little concern is, like, you sound like you have a different plan for the basement than what Andy had,
Sure.
which tells me that likely a new director is gonna come in
Sure.
and have their vision. So which is why I go, okay.
Well,
like,
so my goal for that basement, and once again, this is all preliminary. I haven't even
Sure.
spent the time to actually look at it. I want to focus on. There's that weird wall in the middle of that room. I want to focus on the open part of that room.
Right.
Space where the tables go, the couches are, the bookshelves. That's a space because I know the other side is kind of where Andy was looking at that office space to be. So I'm not really interested in touching that side. I'm looking at that.
Right. I'm just saying, like,
Operational.
you, as two directors, right, you guys had different visions for it. And like within maybe a month? Like, how long do you think before we have a new rec director? What if they come in and they have
Comfortable, I guess, I don't know.
a full, a
We've done
full
interviews.
other,
Sure.
To Jason's point, I think there is some low-hanging fruit there.
Sure.
In terms of, like, even, everything right now is painted one very bland color. We could do it, like, just paint an accent wall. There's a bunch
Sure.
of books in a bookshelf which aren't very functional.
right,
People aren't using those. We have a fully, functional library in town and that kind of thing. There's some basic things that I think are low-hanging fruit, I guess I would call
although I
it.
think the seniors like the books.
They do, and they are giving them away for free because they had their craft fair and they have a sign up for people to come and take them anytime they want. So there's an option for doing that as well.
We could do a book club. or something.
Yeah,
Easy.
definitely. There's definitely
Yeah.
things. I definitely think it's a great idea. You're right, low hanging fruit. I agree with Laura. I think that, like, we don't want to go balls to the wall
Sure.
on stuff. We want to be able to look at things, at a slow pace. Fundraising, I am all for that. I've done that for years with the daddy-daughter dance, with the fireworks committee, with the parade, like, just getting donors. That's how we used to do the fireworks here. We would get donors from every single business in town, donating checks. So that's definitely something that I think that we can definitely do some of these things. The concession stand, for me, we've been talking about that for a long time. That is a very big asset to recreation. We can totally have volunteers go in there. We've been talking about this even with Andy, and while you were here too, even before you came on board. There's simple things to fix that place up and to get it, up and running. And as you mentioned, there's a lot of parents like that would definitely, they're there to be able to go, sure, I'll help out and do that. Let's have we can utilize that thing, have an event during sports and just say, here's a can, donate. There's so many options for us to do that stuff. And I think,
I'd love to see a punch list when it comes to the concession stand.
Yeah.
Things that are immediate, that need or can be addressed.
Yeah.
Keeping rodents out of there.
1,000%, yeah.
like-
Simple stuff.
Probably the eaves and overhangs, or just,
Mhm.
if we could assemble a punch list of what we think is needed from the concession stand, and then we can maybe prioritize stuff that can
Yeah.
do like volunteer type work, and then anything that needs like serious horsepower. Then we go out, we pull that into some Lowe's type stuff, or
Yeah.
if there's any local contractors that are willing to donate some time and start to knock stuff out with the concession stand from that point. But make it as functional as it can be, and get it to a point that maybe volunteers right now, I don't know, you might be able to speak to this. Do they feel like they're going into a place that's like,
I feel that way when I go in there. So I'm sure people will look at that and it's kind of like, where am I buying food from? 'Cause right now it's not finished. There's no siding. There's no insulation, so you can see the boards. Mice do get in there. I know we've lost products due to mice and stuff like that.
Well, and then in those cases, I would highly recommend that you get some type of containers.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that,
that are
yeah,
mounted
some-
for
that's
rodents,
easy.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise,
With prepackaged
no one's over there.
foods and-
I'm
Yeah.
opening the door for them to come in, and
Yeah.
they're going to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Insulation just creates areas for them to hide.
Nope.
Yeah.
I get you. I'm just you know,
Yeah.
punch list.
Yeah.
So I know it's not the most friendly of places to walk into or walk up to and be
It's
like,
a shed.
It
is a
really
shed.
is.
It's an open shed,
It's a
yeah.
shed
Yes.
open.
That's all it is. It's just a
But I
shed.
think,
Now, you could paint the inside of it and dress up the pig.
Yeah.
were we
Or
paying someone too to man the concession?
During sports seasons,
you can
well,
use
it
spray
depends.
foam and
Depends
that
on the
kind of thing
season.
that
It's
will-
like
Still-
during the summer when adult softball's happening, usually we'll pay our
then
summer
you gotta
camp
be
staff.
careful
If they want to
sometimes
stay that extra hour, hour and a half after their shift to man the
Which,
snack
you know,
shack, we'll give
soils
them,
for a rat.
you know, we'll let them keep doing
What's
that.
that?
Soils
Um,
food for a
I know
rat.
during the
It
fall
smells
here for
great.
soccer,
Right.
we had
Thanks for letting
Hannah
me use it.
Farrell, Pat Farrell's daughter,
Mm.
doing it. She was doing it on her table, so she was. I think she was doing. I can't remember. I think it was like $10 an hour or something like that.
I guess that would be another area where I think we're weak is our volunteer management. I think that there's a lot of people who want to volunteer, but we don't seem to have a good way that we're
Yeah.
getting the word out. You can't just say, we need volunteers at the rec center, because no one will answer that.
No.
But we need really specific asks and really well organized. And I feel like that's a place where we could really focus on improving more volunteers.
Sure.
And honestly, we do that we've been doing it for 18 years with the daddy-daughter dance. We actually have on our registration form for parents to basically donate a food item, a drink item, and they're happy to do it. We even have parents that, you know, they come back, if their kid has, you know, gone past the age group, their daughters come back. Sometimes parents will volunteer for the dance. So it's a matter of reaching out, I think, to whatever programs there are. So example, if it's soccer, you get an email out to all the parents to basically say, hey, I'm so happy that your kids are you know, playing again this year. We are looking for parents to man the snack shack, you know, as part of helping out recreation. Most parents, they're very, you know, they're like, sure, yeah, when do you need me to do it? We did that for when my kids were playing, when my son was playing football and my daughter was cheerleading for the middle school. They had parents that would volunteer for their, you know, cooking burgers and dogs and, you know, snacks and drinks. And so I think, I mean, Laura's right, that we definitely here need to coordinate better in reaching out as opposed to just tossing something out on social media going, oh, hey, can you help out? I think a heartfelt like, hey, you know, I think it's great that your kid's coming back or welcome aboard. This is what we're looking
Yeah,
for.
a
and
direct
give
ask
them-
goes
yeah.
way further than
Yeah.
Sure.
general.
Well,
In
here's
fact, I
another
would have a
thing.
sign up for the snack shack, for soccer. You know what, these are the games, we need people, sign up, and you get like 2 adults in the,
It's voluntold, not
Yeah.
volunteered.
Correct.
Well,
We
here's
do that at
another
my
thing.
church for handing out
But-
donuts and coffee. There's a
Let me
list
take
to
you one
sign up
step
for.
further, because we've talked about this before. There's a program at Exeter High School where the kids have to volunteer a certain amount of their time.
Yes.
Could we put that out to a subset of parents that maybe have had kids? We know, okay, your kid played XYZ rec sports 4 years ago in 5th and 6th grade or whatever it is. You know, if you're still in town, could they be candidates to do some volunteer work?
It's possible. I know we just had one of our summer camp staff. He volunteered at the craft fair to get service hours in, so it's not unheard of.
Yep.
I mean, you know, UNH, right?
Sure.
Tailgate parties are insane.
Oh yeah.
Those dads will show up with anything.
Sure.
They're coming in with Blackstones,
Yep.
and they're like,
Mm.
they
Yeah.
got propane tanks, they got the heaters going for the women not to get cold. You know,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Quick follow-up question to that though. Any prepared foods, if they're not prepared by somebody who's either super diligent,
Yeah.
chef or that, or
That's where there's a lot of like these logistics I think come with it. Right now we're doing a
somebody
lot
gets
of
food
prepackaged
poisoning and
food.
they try to come out of town. I don't know.
do we require, like, in Methuen, we had, if you were the person in charge of the the boosters, there's had to have someone with the food
Safety.
yeah,
Currently, it's not. It's just, I mean, because a lot of what we do right now is like
it's a bag of chips, yep.
water
Yeah,
bottles,
candy-
there's no actual
candy
cooking
bars.
involved.
Prepared
Yep.
type stuff.
Um,
Prepackaged
Popcorn.
rather.
yeah.
You know, it could just be a simple sign.
What's that?
Simple sign.
Yep.
Eat at your own risk.
Eat your own risk, right?
Yeah.
Well,
This contains, just like
We
we
don't-
do at Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Sure.
Please note that these
And
could
they had
contain
that-
blah, 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 blah,
They
blah.
had that at the
a
snack shack
disclaimer.
for the middle school. There was a sign up there with the
just a
burgers and
disclaimer.
dogs. It was just like, if you have any allergies, please let, the person know.
we
And
probably
it
would
was-
want people to be food certified, like a safety.
Yeah,
It's not that hard to
It
get.
depends,
Yeah.
it depends on the capacity of what
Yeah.
we're trying to do with the snack shack.
But you guys could
we
also
keep it-
say, whatever funds are raised for this, like you guys are trying to put it into the thing, you could also say 10% of all the money that comes from this offsets that specific program that's going on that day. Because I know if my son was in soccer and I knew that every time that I volunteered while I'm watching the freaking game standing there, that all the money that's getting raised while I'm working there and
Gonna
cooking
lower your
burgers or
registration
flipping stuff, that I know that 10% of my money is gonna be going towards this specific program that I'm supporting because I'm here and I have
Yeah.
my kid involved in it. That means I pay less.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna be there spending money no matter what, whether it's somebody's driving in with a food truck
Mhm.
or whatever. And that's the other thing too, is you guys can look at, have somebody with a food truck that can sit there.
Mhm.
You have, what's the place in, Exeter, those, Lexi's?
Yeah.
They got a
Mhm.
food truck.
Yep.
Ask them if they wanna come sit there. Talk
I
to
think
Goody Coles, see if
ev-
they'll do something.
Even regarding like the food safety and stuff, my family, we do this charity called Lasagna Love. So we make lasagnas, give them to families in need, everything like that. The way the process goes through that, you make it at home, you just have to basically sign a waiver that says you're going to follow X, Y, Z things. You're going to keep your lasagna at, this temperature within a certain, as long as we have people sign an affidavit saying, yes, I'm going to follow these health safety rules, that's really all the lengths that we would need to go to for that. So if we wanted to do like a hot dog steamer or something with hot hamburgers, something like that, easy enough. As long as we say whoever's manning it and doing it, you sign off that you're going to follow these rules, we should be easy and set good to go for that.
So yeah, and I'm not opposed to the concession stand at all. I think one of the reasons why it wasn't on my top 3 was just because there's a lot more that goes into it than just some of the other projects I had listed. There's a lot more of these kind of logistics. What do we want to have in there in terms of food, the volunteerism? So there's a lot more that kind of just goes into that initial setup of the concession. I would love to have a functional. We have a functional one, but I'd have an improved concession stand.
I still would go, though, that we really need to do a better job with our volunteers. I would track it. I would have a volunteer database. So you know what, you run into me on the street, I say, I'll help you. You put my name, my email, my contact, what I said I would help with. And then when it comes up, you just email me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I think since I came on in the summer, have only scooped ice cream. Like, that's all you've used me for. And
Sure.
I'm a literally willing body. So I'm sure you've needed help at times. So I just think there are people willing to do it, and we're not reaching, and you are really busy. I'm not picking on you at all. I think you're doing a great job, but I do think that's somewhere we really need to focus,
Okay.
is better management of our volunteers and ways to reach them.
Missed
Yeah.
opportunities, right?
Yeah,
And I'm kind of in line with Laura here, is that I think if we're looking at what can make the biggest impact for us in either the shortest period of time or the lowest amount of cost, we really need to focus on community engagement and visibility. Like, that is, I think, our biggest thing. How easy is it to get more visibility for the Brentwood Rec out there, whether it's in newsletters, whether it's social media, whether it's calling through people for volunteers, anything like that, we need more out there. And I think through service offerings as well, too. There's a lot of easy sports or clubs that we can be doing, like a cornhole league, like even looking at a disc golf course, things like that, that are easy, very minimal costs to put into place that can drive revenues up pretty quickly that the community wants.
Sure.
I noticed on your bingo, oh, go ahead.
You could even do where you have some of those groups that come over, like if you had disc, whatever golf field it is, and they're doing something like that, where you say, hey, if you guys can volunteer this many hours, then we don't charge for you guys to use our fields.
Right.
Okay, and then what day would you guys like to come clean the fields, clean the trails?
Yep.
Do trail maintenance. Utilize that resource.
Yeah.
Don't ask, don't get.
Right.
And then be ballsy about coming out and saying,
Yeah.
can you help me?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's kind of, and that's why I want everybody, like, if that's something that we want to explore, like, I'd love to see in December all of us come to the table with at least a couple ideas of, here's something that I think would be cool, and we can kind of sit down together and be like, all right, where do we rack and stack?
mean, even-
Prioritize that.
Yeah.
Even
Right.
some of the businesses, you could go up to
Yeah.
Tractor Supply and say, can I talk to the manager, please?
Mhm.
Would you guys be willing to donate 2 people to come help out? You can't tell me, if I owned a business, I'd be like, yeah, I get to write that off. Number one.
Yep.
Right,
Number
no, that's
two,
number one,
Thanks,
I'm gonna
yeah.
give you 16 hours of,
Yeah.
these 4 guys are gonna come down for 4 hours and you tell them what you want them to do.
Yeah.
Cause guess what they're covered under? Their insurance.
Sure.
Yep.
Yes, right,
There's no risk to you.
Yeah.
right.
It's on their policy, cause they're saying, yeah, Lowe's will do the same thing, Walmart would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I was a manager and I had somebody that I thought maybe needed to get out of my hair and go do some work, I'd be like,
Mhm.
you're going there for 4 hours?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
The other thing I think we're underutilizing, because you mentioned, one of you mentioned getting the word out about the rec more. I think we're underutilizing our page on the BNL because it's a list. There's no graphics, there's no, like, I up until now have never read the page because I assumed there was nothing for me there. And so I wouldn't have known there was a craft fair because I don't take the time. When I look on a page, there's usually like 4 headlines for things.
Yeah.
I usually look and kind of glance quickly to see. So I'm someone, and I don't think I'm alone.
Sure.
And it's not super inviting. The logo's kind of big in the back. I just think it could be,
Mhm.
you could get more bang for your buck.
Okay.
And so
Could
that's
also
somewhere where I
use
would go.
that as a thank you too,
Yep.
for anybody that donates.
Yep,
Sure.
Yes,
You're gonna
Right.
get put on this newsletter.
yep,
Yeah.
On our page.
And they throw them on your website.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do offer that, I believe, for it's like, I think T-Ball, we had Clove Hitch, I believe it was the company's name, Clove Hitch Advisors, and we put their logo next to the page for T-Ball.
Yeah.
As a thank you.
But I would also throw them in the newsletter and say, I'm giving you community. love.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Everyone's gonna
exactly.
see your name.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you might have somebody that's got a, grandson that doesn't their grandson doesn't live in town, but they see that name and they're like, I remember that name.
Mhm.
Go give them some business.
Yeah.
I saw on the comments on Facebook for your bingo, there were, I think, women your age, like probably mothers, who were like, let's do this. And they're like, oh no, it's during the day.
Mhm.
Because it's for the seniors, right?
Yep,
I actually think if you had a bingo at night,
yep.
Yes.
you would
Yeah,
get a lot of,
1000%.
because
I
they
love
were,
bingo.
they were looking for it. No kidding. And my daughter, who's an adult, was like, you have bingo in town? I love bingo. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's for the seniors, honey.
Yeah.
So I just think that they're asking for that.
Yes.
Well, I think, yeah, so we're getting closer to programs.
Yeah, I know.
Which is fine, because I know I get a lot of requests for programs, and I have ideas of my own programs I'd like to implement, so that's fine. And I have seen those comments too.
Yeah.
But in terms of projects,
Yeah.
get us back on board a little bit. Was there anything else? Once again, I don't want to dive into this too long, but was there anything else that like people were like, hey, this is something that we should definitely think of, or are we happy moving on and just tabling that until December?
I think we can wait till December,
Yeah.
let our juices
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
flow and we bring them to the
Hopefully,
table.
a good sort of open
hopefully
table.
within the next several weeks, Jim, Julie, and myself
Sure.
could come before and say, we have
Candidate.
these viable people that applied, and this is the direction that we think is the best fit for the position. Because ultimately, I have to go to the select board and say, this is who we've collectively agreed. You guys said who you felt we should have doing this, so we got it getting going. I think Jim is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He's a recruiter, so he knows enough to do this. So, I think once we have a viable person to recommend, then you get them on board. You gotta go through the background check and all that other stuff. That takes a few weeks. So now
Sure.
you guys are gonna be in January.
Yeah.
Because December's a blink away.
Yeah, it is,
So
wow.
now you're gonna be in January. When's your next meeting?
December 15th,
Yeah.
17th. That's on the agenda.
So hopefully by 12/17, we have somebody to say, this is what we're recommending, and this is what we're making an offer to this person, and then you gotta go through the whole background check. and all that
Mhm.
other stuff.
Yep.
I gotta make sure nobody was out there shooting at you.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll bring this back up, and this will be another December conversation. We'll kind of reevaluate. If you guys need to take a look through the rec center, the garage, concession stand, whatever it might be, just give me a text, whatever, and I'd be happy to open things up, walk you guys through whatever.
Do you still have that form of the roadmap that was put together earlier?
I do. Yes.
Can you send that out to us?
Yeah.
At least that gives us an idea.
Sure.
I was gonna say
The
that.
list.
Point.
So,
Can the garage be used as more of the snack shack, or no?
I don't know how you do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean the garage?
At the rec center.
At the rec center, the
Yeah.
one that's at the
Sure.
rec
That one-
center.
That thing's.
That's a hazard
it's
and a
hole,
half.
man.
Right now,
Yeah.
Maybe you talk to the fire department, see if they'll do a test burn,
Yeah.
that'd be.
and now it
You
becomes.
could do a
a
full
court.
reset?
And now it becomes a basketball court.
That's we'll talk about that in the spring, but we're definitely gonna need to do a commission and community cleanup of
The garage is
The garage.
something else.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
it sure is.
Needs some TLC.
Oh, yeah.
It's needed.
it's
TLC for years.
well earned.
It's TLC 3.0.
Yeah.
That's why I said
T
maybe you talk to the- maybe you talk to the fire department, see if they want to do control burn.
Oh, yeah.
All
They
right,
get to practice running in and out of it.
Yep.
perfect.
All right, so we have a good list of things to come back in December and talk about.
Yes.
The ideas.
Yep.
Yep. What else can we, what's
So,
next?
yep, so the furnace update, I just want to provide a quick update on this because we got the approval for funds. The check's been sent out to Rick Wenzel there.
That's huge.
And it is scheduled to get replaced December 9th through 11th.
Ooh.
So it's on the
Yes.
calendar, we're on their calendar. Hope by our next meeting, we have a brand new furnace in the rec center. So,
And
Nice.
Phenomenal
the
news.
select board
Yes.
did talk about this because if there's an emergency,
yes, I brought that to Julie's
we're
attention.
gonna cross our fingers and hope there's not.
Yep.
We got 3 weeks.
There's no
Yeah.
warming station, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess hopefully they'll have, because they're doing 2 units basically.
They have to remove the
Yeah.
current unit and
They
then
gotta remove
install
the
the
current
two.
unit, so hopefully they get one up and running real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that
Right.
way, if we need a warming unit,
Yeah.
knock on wood, let's hope it doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Can we get the weather that far out right now?
Because we can't use the fire
Only Alpha
station,
Pavilion
because
has
that's the
those size.
emergency command center.
Right.
So we'd have to probably open up this place.
Or I think the school is the other one that Julie said.
Mhm.
They
Or
want-
your house.
Yeah.
Sure, if
Awesome.
I
You've
wanna
also
play with
do
my
stuff
4
in there.
dogs,
Yeah.
good luck. Here's a steak.
Only the
Done.
strong survive.
Yeah.
Here's a steak. Good luck.
that was a quick update on the furnace. We're basically, this is the home stretch here. So
Yeah.
by our
Good
next
stuff.
commission meeting, we should have a brand new furnace.
Great.
Excellent.
Perfect. All right, commission, real quick. I want to talk about some stuff here about us. We have 2 open vacant seats now because Laura's been moved up into a full seat, and Val is no longer on the commission, so we have 2 alternate seats. It's up to you guys what you want to do with them. We can fill them. We can go back down at 2 seats. We can keep the 3 seats.
Did you
It's
follow
at
up?
you guys.
Did
Up
you
to guys.
follow up with Val in regards to her friend? 'Cause I think she
I
was
sent
gonna
her
talk
the
to her.
information she requested, and
Okay.
it's the last I heard.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can
I-
always,
we-
I'll text her to see because she said her friend was very interested about the alternate
Sure.
position. So I'll text her to see if she's talked to her.
Sure.
Quick point of clarification, is it for an entire year or is it for?
I was just about to ask that.
a prorated?
Did the select board? I can't remember.
The
Did
reason
we
the
vote
alternates went in
June?
June is because they didn't want to have
Yeah,
people having to get appointed.
Yeah.
because I
And
believe
we-
we're,
And the
we're trying
at
to.
the
alternates,
same time.
now I don't have any overlap.
Yeah.
So if
so-
we're to bring someone on, it would be until June.
Yeah, you want that overlap.
So this would be a nice test for people if they want to test it out, see what it's about, and for us to see them. But we have 2 seats. I mean, they're not voting seats, so it's not like we desperately need them. But it's always
Right.
nice to have those seats filled.
You're also creating a bench.
Exactly. So I know we have a couple terms expiring in the spring. So unfortunately, if somebody does leave, we do have alternates to draw from if we need. So it's up to you guys really what to do with the alternates. They still need to submit a statement of interest. It sounds like we give them the select board a recommendation. But as to the amount of seats, that's up to your purview. How if you want 2, if you want 3, 4, whatever it is.
I would say you're always better. I would always probably stick with 3.
Mhm.
Number 1, because you need to try to always have a quorum.
Sure.
Right.
Historically, we've always had 2. We just this summer voted in for a 3rd, so we can keep it.
I would do
But
3 because
that's
you
up to
don't
you
always
guys.
have people showing up.
Yeah.
I'm easygoing. I mean, it's.
I
can't
actually
even
liked
sign
the
this.
3 way back when there was three, and then it went back to 2. I think the 3 is good for that particular reason.
Because you get people that get interest, I call them phase, right? They
Hmm.
phase in, they
Sure.
phase out.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
Just
Sure.
to be on the safe
We've had
side.
the Simpsons going into the shrubs. And come back. So I want to make sure that you have people that are engaged, because
Sure.
and that's best way with alternates is because I get that interest, and then I
Hmm.
really get to see if
you want
Do
them
they
to go.
phase in or
Right.
do they phase out?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a good try before you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's
don't
also
wanna
good,
Drive it for 12 years, but
I think it's also good to rotate your alternates
Uh-huh.
voting. Well, first off, there's opening, they should always be put into the space during the meeting so that they're always participating. And then they should be alternating who's voting. It shouldn't just be one person is always voting.
Yeah.
Because then what happens is you have people who are alternates who have never voting and they leave.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yep. So we're bylaws is next. So we'll
Yep.
I think that's
Yep.
in there.
Yep.
But as for the current seats, are we happy with the 3? This is one thing I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
three
I
is
would like
good.
to open up the 2.
Yeah.
So we're open up to 2. Cool. Do we need a motion for that? Or there's open seats, right? So yeah.
No.
So I'll
should-
advertise.
on the website, right?
Sure, I'll have to ask about that one. Yeah,
Because they usually, when there's an opening on a board, it's always on the website under,
yeah, you're gonna be
It-
posting for alternates.
yeah.
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 Okay.
Yep, it'll be out.
I'll bug Jillian and Julie, but I personally have never.
Bug
done that,
Jillian,
so-
please.
Jillian. I'll bug
Miss
Jillian.
Julie's really
Busy.
busy.
I'll
Yeah.
bug Jillian.
So bug Jillian. If she asks who, tell her I told you to.
All right,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
So I'll bug Jillian about that.
And
figuring-
I'm gonna put this out there. I want you to set up a reminder. If in a week it's not where it's supposed to be, then you follow back up again.
You mean the alternate? Well, I mean, if
No, it's a tickler.
I have
but if
access.
it's not put up there, then you tickle her back to do it again.
I should be able to make the post. I have my own login to the website. I just don't know how to do it. So if she
It's
can
only
guide
for
me,
the rec, or is it for the
I
town?
think it's for the rec commission.
But I want something on the town site.
Right.
Well, that's what I
Link
meant.
is-
Sorry. So I can post on the town site, but on behalf of the rec commission. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
They break it down in different sections, so I can post stuff
Okay.
related to the commission. So
Yes.
I want it to scream at me somewhere.
Where there's,
Also,
where
put
there's
it in
open,
your-
there's a page for open for volunteering and
Yeah.
hiring.
Put it in
Go
your
there.
newsletter.
Yep.
when
Sure.
you're sending it
I
out.
just this one's already been sent out because it's on the 15th.
Do you want to add it?
We just missed it.
If it's available
You
to.
should be able to.
You should be
potentially
able
squeeze
to.
it If
Okay.
you reach out to Robin.
Okay. Let me.
She has a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have a little connection.
She's got a weighted pillow if he doesn't.
I can do that. I can do that as early as
Bet you
tomorrow
will.
if that's something
Yeah.
that you can do as well.
I would do that.
It's only a
All right.
couple days late.
So we're gonna go ahead and move
Yeah.
forward with that. So we have 2 open seats. If
Yep.
you guys know people who want to get involved, obviously we always like to hear rec commissioners say, "Hey, this person's a good potential candidate." So if you guys know people,
I
have them
just
reach out.
texted 37.
There,
Did you? That's awesome.
perfect. Bylaws. I want to table this complete conversation until the next time we have Jim here.
Mhm.
I don't know when that's going to be, so maybe we aren't able to do that because he's in basketball mode right now. We don't have signed bylaws, to my knowledge, at all, which
We don't.
should get fixed
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
I told Andy that before we knew
Yeah.
that he was
So
leaving.
what I would like to do, I want to send out the bylaws so everyone can review them because I know we have some new members on the board. We also have, Laura is
Yeah.
new as well on the board.
I've not seen it.
Some people haven't seen them, so I would like to send them out. I will send that out tomorrow morning to everyone, saying please review. We'll come to the table in December if we may need to make any tweaks, any changes, and then I would like to see. I know Jim should open up his availability a little bit once we get past December. His assistant coach is busy in December, so January he should be more available. So if we can get him, because he's our vice chair, I'd like to have him here, and we can all, once we've all gone through the process, we can.
Is he not
Sign
gonna be here
those.
December?
I'd be surprised if he was.
Okay.
That's my
Yep.
impression. I'd have to touch base with him. I
Sure.
don't know, but I know in December his assistant coach is still away,
Oh.
so
okay.
he's covering solo right now. Just for his
Gotcha.
team.
Okay.
Jim's at the gym.
Jim's at the gym, yeah.
But so I just want to put that on everybody's radar. I'll be sending that out. Please review it.
Yep.
If you need to make changes, we can make changes
Yep.
and that stuff. But that's something that we should get fixed very soon.
Yep.
We spoke to a little bit about this before the meeting. Select board representative vote. I know we've had some conversations as a commission about getting Bob a vote on the commission. That's a process after talking with Daphne that the select board has to go ahead and vote on that whole thing. So that's a conversation that you're more than welcome to have with your
That'll
board.
be burden next
Yep.
time I meet.
And as long as everyone approves it, then you're good to go.
Yeah, in my thought processes, and I brought this up earlier, is you really want, number one, the board, your advisory to the select board, but whatever you guys vote on, whatever this board is looking for, you want the representative, if they have a vote, even if I get outvoted, or whoever the rep is gets outvoted, they still have to deliver whatever the collective portion of this is back to that board.
Right.
Well, now you're locked in at least one vote, even what you guys want to do. Now, if you guys want to spend $25 million, I'm going to say, yeah, I don't really agree with the $25 million. I was outvoted, so I'm just going to let you know I'm still going to vote with that board because this is what I have to do.
Right.
Vice versa works the same way. If the select board tells me they want collectively, because I always say they're like 1/5 mayor, right? So if they collectively say, 4 of them say they want to go one way and one says no, and let's say I'm the no, I still have to come back to you guys and say,
Right.
collectively, this is what they want. Now, I could be against it, but I have to vote this way, and I'm letting you know. So it works. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just have to be aware of that. But you are advisory to the select board and the appointments and everything else. You really probably want to have a bigger voice on that board
1000%.
versus me coming here going, it doesn't really matter what I have to say because you guys don't care.
Yeah.
And when you come to me, I don't care.
Right.
Yep.
It
Right.
works both ways.
Yep.
Exactly.
So that's just something that if you want to get that done, then that's
And I
Pass
was
off to
kind
you.
of surprised when I came here to find out, oh, the select board doesn't have a vote. How did that happen? Because you guys are advisory.
Yeah.
Right.
Select board.
Yep.
It's not, if you were elected, different animal.
Yep.
Like the budget committee, when they were set up, they have a select board rep that's part of their bylaws. So that's one thing you guys are gonna be reviewing the bylaws. You guys have to look at that, because I think you showed me there's something that says the select board rep doesn't have a vote.
it's
Who
possible.
changed that?
It's
Yeah.
possible, but that's why we're reviewing
Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Right.
seems like it's a good time to get that.
Yeah, because that's gonna have to be tweaked.
If it's in there, yeah. I actually never reviewed them myself at all, so it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I remember someone showed it to me, and I was
Yeah.
like, how did that happen?
Right.
All right.
Yeah. When I looked at it, I
Especially
was like,
since you're
that's
advisory.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Who took the power away from the select board, or who willingly gave it up?
Yeah.
Because probably what happened is somebody said, I don't want to really be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to vote, and they shouldn't be voting. They should be.
Right.
So that's all I had for our commission topics. New business. I have one item before I'm gonna pass it off to you guys if there's an item. This morning, Julie and Jillian made up a new system for earn time requests, and because I don't have a supervisor, they've asked me to go to you guys asking for approval of my PTO. So I would like to take some time off next week to go out to New York to visit family for Thanksgiving.
No way.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I'm here asking my supervisors as provided if that's all right. So.
Okay,
I
God,
don't have a
really?
vote.
How dare you
Yeah,
ask?
that's Bob.
I don't have a problem, but I'm
Depends
so
on
confused
where
right
in
now.
New York.
We literally are not your boss.
You
I
go to
know.
New York
Like-
City? It's
I'm doing what
You
I
might
was
not come
told.
back.
I was told to get you guys a signature under the supervisor line, and then I'm gonna have Julie, the town administrator,
Barb.
sign it off after.
We,
So
I mean, are we his supervisor or are we not? We're not. I mean,
We're not actually.
You're
Julie
not.
is the supervisor.
Well, she's. the
Technically.
select board
I mean,
kind of
unless-
oversees, So I
Right.
would say
unless we,
you're entitled to it, right? So
Oh
I
yeah.
have
you
it.
got to use it or lose it, right? So
Yes.
to me, I
Right.
would say that, yeah, you're entitled to get it. It's a matter of you're asking permission to say, hey, I'm going to be taking a few days off. You're going to have to post it on the website saying, unfortunately, I'm going to be out of the office, whatever.
Yep.
You're out of the
I'm
out of
asking for
box
7
email.
hours.
Right.
7 hours?
Yeah.
Run, have fun.
Like yeah.
I'm not
I'll
picking
sign
on you.
it for you now.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of coming before the select board to basically saying,
Yeah.
yeah, we approve it.
But you should not have to wait a month.
No.
Like, that's not
Yeah,
realistic,
that's
that we're
nuts.
your supervisor. That just doesn't work for you.
Well, I think-
Like, I know you're a nice guy,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm looking out for you.
Select
Yeah.
board meets every week, so you
Sure.
could have easily
Well,
said to the
I-
select board, I'm
No, no.
Julie and Jillian told me this is the process.
But that's what I'm saying.
submit the form.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just say, I'm taking some vacation time. All you have to do is send an email to this board.
Yeah.
Now, the entire board, parliamentary procedures, you guys can't all respond
Of
to
course not,
everybody on
no.
it.
That was
You
my
can only
I put the
respond
I
to
forgot the
her.
BCC.
Yeah.
Everyone BCCs on it, they
Yeah.
reply, they should, the only ones not BCC'd should be the chair
Right.
and yourself,
Okay.
Correct.
right? And then they can reply to
Directly
Julie
Yes.
Julie.
and say,
Right.
yes, we're okay with
Yeah.
it. And then she comes forward and says, the board collectively, we took a straw
We're-
poll, we're
we're
good.
fine.
I don't have
Yep.
to wait a month now.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you would have been approved
Sure.
on
Yeah.
Well,
yesterday's.
in a normal world, I would just go to the director, the recreation director, and that would have gone.
Right.
But if you had a vote on this, if you had a voting select board, not to
Yeah.
bang that Weimer again, then you could have come to me and said, hey, Bob, can I do this? And I would have been like, as a select board rep, I will definitely
Yeah.
say, yeah, you're entitled to your time off. I'm not
Sure.
gonna tell you no. And I would have made the motion last night
Yeah.
saying, I need to approve this, and they would have said, yeah, that's great. I would
Yeah.
have said, make a motion, second,
Okay, so
there's a process.
do I
Bob,
need
can
to-
we have Bob sign it?
I say, what are we? I was told to come to the board tonight to ask for approval. Sounds like we're changing it up.
We are,
I'm
we're
gonna-
giving you per approval.
I would say, here we go. Do we have a motion?
I make a
Do we
motion.
have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everyone approving Julie to say, yes, go ahead and submit that.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yes?
Yes.
Aye.
Great, there you go. Now fill out the form. You got the board's
Okay.
approval.
If you don't mind, right
Yeah.
there where it says supervisor.
Julie's signing, and now you.
I don't know if I want you taking time off.
Now you can go talk to,
Appreciate that.
now you can bring it to Julie, and now you don't have to wait for the select board, because we're actually off next week.
Yeah,
that's.
To my knowledge, it's just they didn't add anything for the select board on it. It's just
No,
No.
my signature, supervisor, and then a town administrator.
which is fine,
Right.
so now you're fine.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
because typically there's a department
Sure.
head, which would be your
Well-
director, but he's
Right.
not here.
Until this morning, this form wasn't even a thing, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
it's all new.
Good,
Okay.
so now it's
Perfect.
fine.
That was my last order of business. Is there anything else the commission has in terms of order of business?
I don't.
Are we just reviewing this hillside landscaping?
Oh, that was meant for the project. I apologize. I kind of overlooked that. That's the irrigation on the
Yeah.
installation on the lower field there. The cost estimation at the
Is this-
time was $26,000. I was able to confirm with Ambrose that we do have that money in impact fees, because I think that's originally how we were looking at covering that cost. However, assuming the cost hasn't gone up since 2024, it probably has.
This is 24.
The
24, yeah.
date on there is
Oh,
August
19,
19th,
24.
Yeah, that's
2024.
fine.
Labor would have gone up, material prices.
I would.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd get a new one.
So we're definitely gonna have to get a new one, but I'm just
Yeah.
for conversation's sake, I'm using
Sure.
the number that we
Yeah,
have been given.
And when
We-
you're talking to these contractors, don't forget they can donate some of it.
Sure.
Ask them for donations. Can you
Sure.
donate a portion of this?
Yeah. So Gary, he's our our landscaping go-to guy. He's been doing the irrigation on our fields for 20+ years, I believe, is what it is. So he's the only person we've sought out so far in terms of.
You should always get
Quotes.
3 bids.
Mhm.
Well, then it's just conversation's sake. Yeah. So he estimated at about 26. We right now have in impact fees. We have $28,900 in impact fees.
How old are they?
That I don't know. I don't know how.
I need
far
you to
back.
find
We
out
just.
the age of them, because if you don't use them within a certain period of time, they have to go
I
back.
know we just got I think 19,000.
Okay.
September. A couple months ago, a month or a couple
I
weeks
need
ago.
you to find out the
Yeah.
oldest one.
Sure. I know we
Because
just
if you
spent a
don't
whole
use
lot
it
of
within a certain period of time, you lose it.
Right.
Is it?
5 years, I think, something like that. Yeah.
I think you have to use it in a way that
Is
It-
new.
is caused by it's new.
Yeah.
So because of this development, you have this many more kids, so we need to do this.
We checked. I know when Andy first started talking about this project, he went to the planning office there. Glenn and Mark were both like, it would qualify
Okay.
for impact fee usage, because of the increased foot traffic on the field, etc.
Mhm.
To answer your question, I can follow up on that, but I know we spent 40 to 50,000 last year out of that impact fee
Okay.
balance
Mhm.
on the pickleball courts.
Okay.
So I would hope that the oldest funds
Were used, yeah.
first.
Right. Yeah.
But I can still follow up with that to double check.
It's-
I would just.
And I would
confirm that.
always keep, like, you should be
Confirm.
following up with him quarterly
Mhm.
Yeah.
and getting, where do I stand at this point? Kind of like you
Sure.
do on your revolving account, right?
Mhm.
You're following up, you're managing that process. In the back of your head, you should be managing those, because if I knew that something was going to expire
I'm gonna use
in
it.
6
Oh, yeah,
months,
use it.
oh, I'm gonna find somewhere to spend it.
Yeah.
Whether I do gardening, whether I get a new snack shack,
Yeah.
Yep.
you know,
For
whether
sure.
I have the garage burned down and I
Mhm.
figure out to put a garage in,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which
Gotcha.
I merged the snack shack with the back side of the garage.
I think a quick follow-up question
Sure.
on this hillside landscaping is talking about any large rocks or ledge encounter, needs wild digging would be discussed at that time. Would we consider putting something in there to, like, say not to exceed X amount?
I'm sure we would. Yeah, I mean, once again, this is just for conversation. This was sent out, and so I was stumbling through documents for Julie had asked for, and I found this and like, oh, it's perfect. We're gonna talk about this tonight. So I just grabbed it so we could have a conversation about it. I'm sure when we actually are ready to go ahead and pull the trigger, it's going to look different than how you see it now.
Yeah.
Just for conversation's sake, irrigation that's been proposed, is it just for the lower fields? Is it lower and upper?
It's so there's already irrigation in the upper field, and that covers the entire span of the upper field. To my knowledge, this only covers half of the lower field, and it's going to be the back half where the most damage is currently on that back side.
And just so you know, you're not gonna be putting irrigation in the spring also,
Yeah,
because it's too wet.
yeah.
Yep.
So I think it'd be like a
Right.
summer project, I believe.
Cause I go out there with equipment and I start dredging this pipe in there.
Hopefully that our drainage that we put in this last fall will help with the the water problems we've been having. We put that in first before the irrigation because we're already having flooding problems. Putting
Right.
irrigation is not going to do anything. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. So once again, that's why I thank you for reminding me about it. But that's why I printed this out for us, just because that's a kind of a reminder of the scope of the project. Bob reminded me about this at the very note there, the revolving account. I haven't received the bill from the town yet, but Julie did give me an estimate. It's going to be about $40,000. So we're looking at roughly a $55,000 balance in the revolving account once we pay that off. I think she said she's hoping by the end of this week she'll have an accurate number for us in terms of what that bill will look like. But she said 40,000 is what she said.
Okay.
So it's about $20,000, $15,000 to $20,000 higher than what we were at this time last year. So that's significant. But it's just hopefully that gives us a little picture as to what we actually have to do.
So when if the bill is still missing, when does the next one come out?
Right.
So
Soon.
my understanding is this should get us caught up to date
Okay, so this is gonna include
Oh, this is gonna include
everything.
the current?
from October 2024 to current. Is my understanding.
Wow.
Or if it's not to current, it's to
That's
quarter 3 of this year. I would have to double check which one that is.
I would like to know
But-
that, because if this is not including everything, like if like prorating whatever's happened this year, then that's a big
Well-
problem.
Yeah.
Yes, I can confirm that. But to my even if it was quarter 3 of this year, the biggest expenditure, which is summer camp, would have been included in that bill. So the only if it wasn't to date, it would be maybe a couple $1,000s in terms of like
Okay.
heating, electric. Maybe only a couple $100.
I'm just worried about getting slapped with a 40K bill and then another 40K bill. in a
Yeah.
couple
No, it
days.
wouldn't be that.
Right.
Because I know summer camp alone, after talking with her, was like 20-something thousand.
Sure.
So, yeah, I would have because I know for a fact when Andy paid the quarter 2 bill in quarter 3 of 2024, summer camp was included in that bill. So the last one that Andy paid included summer camp of 2024. The only summer camp that we're paying for this bill is this year, 2025.
20, right. Okay.
Okay.
So we shouldn't be getting another $20,000 bill.
Okay.
Julie's pretty good on
Yeah.
Yeah.
reconciling that, so
Yeah, yeah.
that was one of the big asks that I had for
Yep.
her.
Right.
Is I want everything caught up to date.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
doing this dance of, oh, I'm
No.
still trying to reconcile the year.
No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
clearly our auditors have had issues because
Mm-hmm.
we still don't even have the tax rate. We're hoping to have it tomorrow.
Oh.
And that's, I mean, bills are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to pay the county like in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But you have
Oh
30
my
days once we send out the
goodness.
bills. We still haven't sent out the bills, which means we have to come up with a lot of money that we don't have.
Oh my God.
So for us, I'm hoping very soon we'll have that. I can pay that bill off. We're squared away by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Going into 2026, we know exactly what we have to work with.
Yeah.
We have the projects figured out, what we're going to work towards, and we're kind of clean slating it moving into 2026. That's my hopes.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to line up that way. But that's kind of where we're at. So that's the update. We're almost hopefully there for the town bill. All right. With that note, unless anybody else has anything else to discuss.
I got more. Sorry, I usually hate to be the one to do this. Is the Peach Project doing any sort of?
Not with us.
They went somewhere else. didn't
And
They are doing, to my knowledge, and other people might have more knowledge than me, they are doing a food drive, I believe, this year, which is not taking place at a location. So, well, I mean, they'll be collecting goods, but there's not a big trail system set up. They're taking a step back to kind of go back to the origins of it being a food drive for local causes,
Yeah.
to my knowledge. So there will not be a large event happening at the rec center this winter.
And it also has to do with the trails too, because they are not
Mhm.
walkable.
So I know we've had conversations. Joey's mentioned in the past about kind of capitalizing that in the future.
Yep.
This year is definitely not the year to try to do that, given where we're at. But next year it might be a good opportunity to look into ideas and having some sort of winterish.
Are we
event.
still talking about doing any sort of winter skating program?
You just
outdoors?
brought up what I
So-
was gonna bring up.
I have a group of 4 gentlemen here in town who are going to be working on building the ice rink tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Where are they
I-
doing it?
They're going to do it on the
It's
basketball
always
court.
on the basketball court, yeah.
Not on the pickleball.
I'm-
Not on
No.
that pickleball court.
This
Oh.
year we're doing it on the basketball court. I
Yeah.
plan to bring it back up next year about doing it at the pickleball court. I've talked with our building inspector. He seems to make like it should be fine. We could talk about it again. This year it's going to happen on the basketball court. I would like to reopen that can of worms
How much did you pay
next
to
year.
do the pickleball court?
Didn't you say
Significant amount of money.
40,000,
I know.
50,000?
Well, that's just us, not including. I think there was funds elsewhere allocated.
And you wanna risk that?
Frost heaving and.
Yeah.
Well, there's a liner.
Weights.
There's a liner that's
Still, I
Yeah,
gotta
but
put
I
weight
still
on
would
top
not,
of it.
And you
no
got-
way.
well, it's spread
You got
across.
skates.
I want you to
got-
picture Fat Albert running down the thing and not doing any damage on a road.
Yeah,
A tractor
I like the
trailer
open
driving down
conversation.
Pine Road does a lot of damage.
I would open a
I
conversation.
would forever
Repaved
say no
Pine
to
Road
that.
I will
3
say that,
times
yeah.
since I've lived.
I mean, I know
Every
we
time
can.
they've done my street.
Nope.
We can put. I know there's vehicles
Right.
that can go on there. Vehicles can, we'll go on that space. I like to reopen the conversation at least. And if it still gets shut down in the
Aren't you
winter.
guys looking at repaving some of the parking lot?
Huh?
Isn't that?
No, we want to expand parking in the dirt
In the
lots
back,
out back.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you guys expand paving to the dirt lot in the back,
Mhm.
couldn't you just put on top of that pavement?
I know, a beautiful garage. We could do some indoor skating.
What's the worst that happens when you flood that?
Right? Yeah.
Doesn't it already flood?
That's a topic for
Fish
future
gonna let it
discussion.
freeze.
Once again, if it gets shut down, it gets shut down. Whatever. I'm easy going. You guys know I am. But this year, it's going to the basketball court.
Okay.
They'll be building it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to race at it. I'm gonna see if I can move up my presentation to first presentation so I can run out of class and go help them out. But they're gonna be building that. I have a light tower. Wayne's dropping off a light tower for them so they can see in the dark.
Okay.
Nice.
And hope between the 4 guys, they're able to build it for us and make sure they're all
Cool.
set. Kevin Breen, who's helped us out the last 5+ years of building it, will be there tomorrow to help make sure everything's going smoothly. He knows what
Okay.
he's doing.
Yep.
So
Are we gonna promote it at all, that it's available through any?
Yes, so I gotta figure out to what extent we want to do it. I would like to do like late night skate nights where we can put the light towers up, have the towers up, and they're able to skate later at night. I know we've talked about doing. I have a couple staff that like to do hockey and stuff like that. So whether it's learning skate nights as well, where we can actually teach some kids and adults who don't know how to skate, we can offer that. There's a lot of programming opportunities. I know some people have asked about hockey on the ice, and that's a whole liability thing that we got to figure out. There's a lot of opportunities.
If you
when
do
it
a
comes.
skate night or a family night out there,
Sure.
Yeah.
and then you can do like, who wants, then you hit up like Honeydew Donuts and see if they'll donate
Sure.
whatever's left in their cabinet for
Well,
this
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's coffee and
Hot
donuts. Here's a
chocolate,
bunch of box of
coffee.
Joe's.
I had ideas of doing like 5 to 6 family skate night, and
I
then
like the family.
and then 6 to 7 is like couples only. Like have it be a nice late night, date night kind of a thing that you can offer to like
Yeah.
couples. So there's a plenty of room for options.
Sure.
Getting it built's obviously the first step.
Thinking out of the box.
So
right? And then look for advertisements, right?
sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Like Cootie Goals, because I know how.
Yes.
Is she going to would she put a sign up there for advertisement, but then she donates $250 that helps to pay for the lights?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
And I know we've talked about seeing if we can get some ice rink sponsors and stuff like that.
Yep.
Thankfully for us, there's not a large cost on the.
You know who's big into hockey?
Who's that?
The police chief.
Really?
Yeah.
His son's a hockey player.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I know, 'cause he-
But don't always, for fundraising, for sponsors, don't go by what your expenses are. Go by what the value of what they're getting.
Sure.
So if there's a medical center that will pay whatever it is for their big banner to be up because it
Sure.
helps them,
Yeah.
ask for what you think it's worth, not what the
Yeah.
advertiser's worth, not what it costs, because
Yeah.
we have other costs associated with things that all
Mhm.
lead into it. So
I know
the garage, the garage is right behind the basketball
right next to
court,
it.
right?
Correct.
Right.
You could hang freaking banners on that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You could.
Dress the pig. Look, it's pretty now.
Mhm.
Yes.
Don't look at the garage, look at the
Don't
Yeah.
look at the
banner.
garage. Isn't that banner beautiful?
We actually want to cover that garage with as many banners as
It'll keep
possible.
the garage together.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hold on.
maybe you order one of those. What are those? the signs that go over the garage.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly, yeah, cover the roof
Oh.
too.
So there is a lot of the cost of it is, I think it's a box of screws is all we're paying for in terms of putting this thing together.
Yeah.
We already have the lumber, the liners are in the garage.
Yep.
Fire usually comes down and fills up,
Hoses it.
hoses it
They
for
just
us.
got the new
They
pumper
did.
trucks.
Yep.
So I'd love to take that out for use.
Yep.
So in terms of expenditures and how much it costs us this year, is going to be a box of screws. I'm pretty sure.
Voice.
Okay.
In the future, if we want to do those late night skate nights, we already have the light towers. We don't have to worry about that. It's
Right.
the fuel costs on that one. We don't want to do hot chocolate stuff like that. That's really the only cost we're really looking at. Obviously, eventually we're gonna have to replace those liners. I don't know how they're looking, so the guys might say, "Ooh, we might need to look at that next year."
Mhm.
But those are gonna be a little chunk of change.
Yeah, they're not-
I guess, are we going to contact somebody for a sponsorship? Like, I feel like I want to set a expectation of, yes, you're going to reach out to 5 people for sponsors. Like, I don't want to talk about, I want us to reach out for sponsors.
So, ideally, I'd love to. Realistically, I just don't know if I'm gonna have the ability to myself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just asking for sponsors because it's just money. But in terms of if we're looking for you to help cover the cost of X.
No,
I
we're
don't know if
not
we're
looking for
gonna have-
anyone to cover the cost of anything.
Mm-mm.
We're looking for sponsors. We're going to set the rate for a banner,
Right.
and we're going to approach people and say, will you sponsor the ice rink? You can expect this many people to see your advertisement.
Yes.
We have this many people over the course of the thing. We do hockey, but I don't know what the numbers are, but
I have no
if
idea
you,
what the numbers
I
are.
will tell you,
Any of us do.
if you,
This is the first year we're doing it in like 2 or 3 years, I think.
if
So
you
we
can
gotta-
estimate it and you, and tell me what, do you know what the sponsor paid in the past?
I don't think we've ever had a sponsor for.
I thought we had a medical one in the past for the ice
Yeah,
rink.
I
We don't have records, okay.
I would, I would ask like, how much does it cost for you to run how much fuel does one of those lights go through on a regular night? Then I
don't
figure
know
out the
that
cost of
answer.
the fuel, and then I say,
Right.
how many
Right.
days am I gonna do this?
But if I own a business, I don't care what your costs are. I care what it's worth to
What's
my
my
business for
exposure?
What's
advertising.
my
But
exposure?
So,
if I'm gonna say.
If
we're
it
gonna
costs you
have-
$1,000, I don't care that if it's not $1,000 worth of value to me, I'm not gonna do it, but I might give you $200. Or it maybe costs you $25, but the value is $200, so that's what we sell what the value of advertising is. So
This could be a good year if we have no cost. This might be a good year just to let's figure out what the numbers are. Like I don't have anything to go off of. I don't
Okay.
have.
I don't care what the numbers are, I want to sell a banner. So tell me what to ask for the banner, and I will go and try to get your sponsor. Like, I don't care, it doesn't matter what our costs are.
I get you.
I
I
just
can-
want
Well, when I said numbers, I don't know how many people are going to show up. I don't know how frequently it's going to be open. I don't know any of that at this point in time. So
I'll go
I know
back and
current-
look in our, when I was the chair for our fireworks, we had our town donators. So I'll go back and see, I'm pretty sure I still have it in file on my laptop.
When
And I'll
we-
see, because we had sponsors for that,
Right.
where we had, Toyota was a sponsor, we had Chapel Tractor, we had a bunch of them here.
Is that the Foss?
when
Yes,
we do
yeah,
banners
so-
for regular season sports outside of the winter, I think it's $300 for a
Yeah.
banner, but they also have to provide the banner themselves. So that way, the cost is
Mhm.
on the business, not on us.
Mhm.
So that's I'm pretty sure what we ask when we ask just put a banner on our fence. It's $300 plus the cost.
Since we can't guarantee, why don't we say $200 for a banner and they provide the banner?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
and it covers the cost.
how big
It would
can-
be for the winter?
for the ice rink, is there a side that the banner can go on, or would they
On the
just go on the
basketball-
garage?
Or not on the basketball. On the garage is a surface.
Yeah.
You could put a bunch of banners on. it.
Actually, you
Yeah.
could, because the
Um,
wall is big enough.
And they can, and everybody can see that from the parking
Oh,
lot, so they'll
oh,
get
yeah.
a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
visibility.
Mhm.
Direction.
And so when,
Yeah.
and,
If we light it, we can even have it so the lights are facing.
okay.
Yeah.
And I would,
can ask
I would
for
even reach
Brentwood
out to
fence,
businesses
too.
that we know probably have like Optima Dermatology everywhere, Core Physicians
Mhm.
Correct.
everywhere, like
Urgent
ones like
care,
that that are
yeah.
already gonna have these banners in
How
place.
big,
It's gonna be very
how big
minimal
can they
cost
make
to
the
them.
banner?
After the meeting, swing by my office.
Okay.
I have a banner. I have a brochure.
Okay,
I think it's either like a 3x4
okay,
or something like that, but it might be. I can't. It says it on the brochure.
Okay.
I just don't have it off the
Yep.
top of my head.
okay. Because we keep talking about it, but we actually have to do it.
we
Like,
have
we
to do
have to,
it.
because it's so important. And
Yeah.
if at $300 a pop, if we get for, that's $1,200.
Right.
And,
And then next year, if you save the banners,
right,
Mm-hmm.
you can say to them,
I have your
I
banner.
still have your banner.
You wanna
You
do it
wanna
again?
donate again this year? I'll
or for
hang it up
or
for
for baseball, you know,
Yep.
do you want another one? And
Bring
then,
that funky track back.
right,
Gotcha.
you. Want the you want me to get another Humvee and park it over
Yeah.
Perfect.
there?
Anything else?
No, what?
Okay.
I mean, I have.
I apologize. I have one last thing that
I
I'm reminded of, and this is super quick. In January, I think it's the second week in January. I will be at a conference for 3 days. It'll be the very beginning, or not the very. It's like the second or third week in January. So I'll remind us in December that I'll be away for those 3 days. But that's just a small heads up for you guys. That it's like two of the conferences that we go to. That's one of the two. So
How much PTO do you still have left?
after the approved here, I think I've got like 20 something hours.
Do you plan on using that before the end of the year?
I'm gonna try to in December. Yeah, for Christmas.
Okay, so why don't you figure out what days they are,
Sure.
so that way you can touch base with Julie,
Sure.
send out an email,
Mm-hmm.
get permission from the
Sure.
board.
Yeah, I didn't have. I haven't figured out December yet what I'm doing. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
Mhm.
that's
next week,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So you got Thanksgiving next week and then that Monday,
Mhm.
December, so, I know for me, I'm usually 3 to 6 months out.
Sure.
So like, if I asked my boss for time off this week, she would have been like, yeah, nice try.
Gotcha.
You use it or lose it, and now you've already
Mm-hmm.
lost it because it's too late. So
Gotcha.
being proactive,
Sure. Well, I spoke with Julie this morning. She's like, "There's no like, I need it by this point." So
Yeah.
that's why I really.
I would,
haven't thought.
well, because this board only meets
Once a
once
month.
a
Once a
month.
month.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're under different constraints than somebody is showing up
I get
Right.
you.
in your, if you were coming here every week,
I had a
different
boss.
animal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For,
Right.
so
Okay.
you need to use it before you lose it, so,
Yep. I'm with you.
and I don't want you to lose it, because you've earned it.
Appreciate that.
Right.
Yep.
No.
Gagnon gotta go to Cabo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I still even have some holiday time stashed away. I got to use too. So.
Yeah. Oh,
We're gonna.
Come
use
on,
your
buddy.
time.
use it.
Use your
it,
time,
use
so,
it,
like,
use
I'll
it.
take
I
some.
haven't.
Yeah, so I would say, figure out,
Yeah.
I would
get you.
say over this next, before the end of the week, figure out how much time you really have, including your holiday time that has to be
Right.
done.
Take it.
And then you need to take it, whether you're taking off the 21st, 22nd, 23rd,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
half the 24th, because I mean, we close on the 24th. If you have 3 days, use it for that week and then you're closed.
Sure.
What are you really gonna be doing? Everyone else
Yeah.
is going to do their
Yeah,
stuff. So
right.
take the time too.
Take the
Yep.
time.
No, I'm with you.
The finals.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
use
too
it for
hard.
finals.
They're not too crazy this semester.
I'll have to have a talk with your professors. They
Please don't.
challenge you.
Yeah, we gotta up that.
Yeah.
Please don't. All right.
What's wrong with
So
you,
too
man?
That's all I have.
Motion to close.
It's not,
Second.
it's non-negotiable. There's no second. It's just a.
Yeah.
Weird.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yep, I'm doing it right now. Yep. We're off. Yep.